If there's one thing we can all agree on, it's that our student loans can be gone in a flash.
I'm Katrina,
And I'm Hayley.
and we're going to show you how to make the most of your student loan.
Katrina and I are both freshers, and managing our student loan is important to ensure that we don't overspend.
Student loans can seem to be quite a lot, but it's not easy to keep on top of your finances if you don't budget it. If you spend too much in a short amount of time, then you'll have almost nothing to live on for the rest of the term.
When students are just settled in during Freshers' Week, they find that it's too easy to waste money on meals when things could be bought for less.
There are a lot of things to spend money on weekly, such as food, drinks, transport, accommodation fees, phone bills and social events. It's a lot to think about, so it's worth doing some planning.
Statistics have said 8 in 10 students worry about having enough money to come by to live on.
To make things easier, it would be ideal to set a weekly budget for yourself to spend on.
So, to calculate your weekly budget, break down the individual costs and calculate how much you can afford to spend per week. My advice for your weekly budget would be to take out cash rather than spend by card. That way you'll be able to monitor what you're spending, and any cash that you don't spend you can put back into your account and use the following week. Here are some items that I bought on a £15 weekly budget.
As you can see, we've got a variety of different things, such as stir-fry pasta and fish.
The ingredients that I got for the stir fry could last me up to 2 servings.
As can the pasta sauce and the sweet corn. The pasta, however, only costs £2.80 and will last a lot longer than that.
There's also a meal of fish and chips, which quite simply is a cheap meal, and the fish can last up to 4 servings.
And the apples make a very good snack for between lectures.
NUS cards are a good investment for students, as you can get discounts on a variety of different shops and online stores.
Here are some tips for when buying at the shops. Home branded items tend to be cheaper than big name brands, and when buying meat or other products, compare the weight to the price. If it costs more for a lower weight, then it isn't worth it.
If you want to find out where the cheapest places to shop are, we recommend you can look online and compare prices. You can also shop online, as you can find a variety of deals that may be different to actually shopping in store.
Do you think you've been successful at budgeting?
Honestly, I haven't really been that successful. I've learnt a lot since I've got to university about budgeting, but I think it's one of those where you'll just keep learning.
Do you have any tips for saving money?
Get your money out first. Work off cash. Don't use your card for everything, because when you're not actually physically counting it and checking it, you'll think you'll have more than you actually do. You'll spend a lot more.
How do you go about planning your weekly meals?
It's best just to look at what's cheapest and see if I can make meals out of anything.
So what tactics do you recommend for a first year deciding how to budget?
For me, I set up a spreadsheet which I can use to track what I do, how much I spend, actually calculate it. That may be really sad, but it works.
From experience, we've written a list of our top 10 tips for managing your money as a university student.
Number 1. Don't get distracted by junk food or alcohol.
Number 2, don't order takeout every night.
Number 3. Sharing meals and costs is cheaper than buying it all yourself.
Number 4, find out which of your local shops gives discounts to students and shop there if you can.
Number 5. Get an NUS card.
Number 6, don't get tempted to spend large amounts of money on non-essentials.
Number 7. Don't force yourself to spend your entire weekly budget every week.
Number 8, if you need to travel long distances frequently, for example to get home on weekends, buy a rail card or a bus card. Students can get a third off their tickets with a 16 to 25 rail card.
Number 9. Make sure you plan your meals ahead of time.
Number 10, don't buy food on an empty stomach, as you're more likely to spend more money when you're hungry.
With all these tips, you should now find student budgeting a piece of cake.
Thanks for watching and good luck with your budgeting.